I just wanted to talk about Bishop Arius for just to go over his thoughts, his beliefs. And Arius was a presbyter priest. Uh, it was claimed that Arius was the founder of a doctrine called Arianism, but that is not true. Rowan Williams stated that the role Arius had in Arianism was not that of a founder of a sect. It was not his individual teachings that dominated the Eastern Church. In other words, this was what they already believed. This was actually just being um, defended by Arius, the belief that they already held in Antioch. It is traditionally claimed that his teachings about the nature of the Godhead in Christianity was emphasized by God the Father's uniqueness and Christ's subordination under the Father, made him a primary topic of the First Council of Nicaea, convened by Emperor Constantine. However, subordination was almost universally accepted by Christian theologians of that era, with the notable exception of Athanasius. So we have this guy Athanasius, obsessed with this idea and forcing this idea on the entire church as a whole, which was not the case. That's not what the church actually had originally believed. It was just, these ideas were developed over time. After the Roman Emperor Licinius and Constantine legalized and formalized Christianity, Constantine sought to unify the recognized church and remove theological divisions. So that's really the root of what's going on, is the creation of this absolute state church that has defined theology that, but that doesn't define absolute truth. That's just a political control on the church. The Christian church has long been divided by disagreements on Christology, especially about the nature of the Father and the Son. So this wasn't something that was started by Arius at all. Arius just, defended the position that the Father was before the Son, and the Father was the Father of all creation and all things. So it's not a denial of the Son at all. It's actually just the exaltation of the Father being the supreme God and Father of all. In the book of Revelation, chapter 4, where the beings are all worshiping the Father in heaven, before Jesus arrives in heaven, we have the Father being worshipped as the one true God. And then Jesus sits down at the right hand of the Father in honor and in a given it, position, name that is above every name. In no way does that deny the original exaltation and status of the Father. The book of Revelation, never do they stop worshiping the Father as being the Father. They never stop exalting the Father as the one supreme God through the whole book of Revelation, which is the final revelation to the church. And then Arian Christian churches persisted for centuries throughout Europe, especially among the Germanic kingdoms in the Middle East, North Africa. They were suppressed by military conquest, just to be clear. They did go on for centuries and were suppressed by physical warfare, forcing this later doctrine on these churches. So the Trinitarian Church was forced by war. Arius was named Ammonius. Arius very probably had at some time studied with Lucian of Antioch, because he refers to someone else as a follower, a disciple of Lucian. But in the past, many writers have assumed that our Arius is the same as Arius is involved in. So this later demonization of opponents, theological opponents, that went on a lot within the church. So the Arius was demonized for hundreds of years after that, and um, Arian Christians, or just simply as they believe, the Orthodox Church, the original church, were being physically persecuted by warfare for hundreds of years, for over 600 years after that. Here are some direct writings by Arius right here. Um, we have a list of writings by Arius and the Arians on the beginning of the creation of the sun, Arius and the Thalia, Arius' letter to Eusebius of Nicomedia, and then here is the main kind of writing is where he's talking about God the Father. So he's wanting to preserve the nature of God the Father as being supreme prior to the Son, and the absolute supreme authority of all creation, who bestows that authority upon the Son. At the ascension, the Son is given the seat at the right hand of the Father. And all the creatures in the heavens and all of the creation is supposed to honor and glorify the Son in part with the Father. In no point is the Father removed from his eternal throne and position. As Arius seems to really point out, God himself as he really is inexpressible to all. So no being in creation would be able to fully contain and express the absolute oneness of God in the very beginning. He alone has no equal, no one similar, and no one of the same glory. We call him unbegotten in contrast to him who is begotten. So everyone and everything was begotten in creation. Everyone and everything in the creation then yields to the Son at the right hand of the Father. But the Father is being worshipped throughout the book of Revelation, from Revelation chapter 4 all the way through to the end. And Jesus has come to John and revealed himself as now seated at the right hand of the Father. And then in Revelation 15, we see all the saints, Jesus, Moses, and all the saints worshiping the one true God and Father. So the Son is being honored and glorified by the Father, and then the Son in turn submits to the Father and is subordinate to the Father. He worships the Father, the God, the Father, who is God, our Father. So the Son also desires to share in this sonship with the creation, that we could be children of God, that we could walk with God in the same glory with God as Adam and Eve in the very beginning, as we see in the end of Revelation. He produced him as a son for himself by begetting him. He, the Son, has none of the distinct characteristics of God's own being. God's own being, of course, being spirit, being beyond, being pure light, not having a bodily, need, not having a physical body. God, in his pure essence and glory, is beyond all limitation. So that's what I think Arius is really trying to preserve, trying to clarify. He describes the monad, the oneness, and then the dyad being the two, and then linking that to the Father and the Son. For he is not equal to, and nor is he of the same being. God is wise, all knowing. For he himself is the teacher, giver of wisdom. Sufficient proof that God is invisible to all. He is invisible both to things which were made through the Son, and also to the Son himself. So we find a lot of passages of that in in the New Testament, where it says Jesus is the image of the invisible God. He's the light and likeness of the invisible God. The invisible God is beyond all things, is not able to be seen, which Jesus himself taught. I will say specifically how the invisible is seen by the Son, by that power by which God is able to see, each according to his own measure. The Son can bear to see the Father as is determined. So there is a triad not equal in glories. So again, he's preserved the absolute oneness of the one, the Father, the source of all, and then in a in a lesser state of glory and being, he's created the idea of the Son, the likeness of a being that is distinct and separate from the absolute oneness of the Father. Their beings are not mixed together among themselves. And so this is really just metaphysics being described. I mean, the Son is able to exist as a being in God, in the Father. If the Son were blended with the Father, the Son couldn't be the Son. So I really get what Arius is describing here. This actually made a lot of sense to me. As far as their glories, one infinitely more glorious than the other, meaning it just in the sense beyond. God is so glorious that he is beyond all things, all imaginable things. He cannot be seen, and so one infinitely more glorious than the other. The Father in his essence is foreign to the Son, or these words, choice of words here, translation, not fully known. The Son, in other words, the Son remains innocent, pure, in being. He needing the Father. The Father is beyond, and so the Son is in the Father, the heart of the Father, before he is manifested in the flesh. He exists because he exists without beginning. Understand that the monad eternally was, but the dyad was not before it came into existence. It immediately follows that although the Son did not exist, the Father was still God. Hence the Son, not being eternal, came into existence by the Father's will. He is the only begotten God, and this one is alien from all others. And again, that would be the word Elohim right there, the only begotten. Elohim being used for references to many different Israel, the children of Israel, the angels are called Elohim, so part of God. The Son being begotten by God, as the first, in the sense, Elohim, the first one with God, for a whole family of beings that are one with God. So the angels, all sorts of beings that became one with God. Wisdom came to be wisdom by the will of the wise God. Hence, he is conceived in innumerable ways. So he's beyond any, finite properties and ideas. So he's preserving this God as the being, completely beyond in glory. He is, spirit, power, pure wisdom, pure glory, truth. Image and word, understanding that he is also conceived of his radiance and light. Okay, so this is referring to the Son here, and the Son's relationship to the Father. The one who is superior is able to beget one equal to the Son, but not someone more important or superior or greater. At God's will, the Son has greatness and qualities that he has as existence. From when and from who and from then are all from God. I like that. I really like that phrase. He just leaves it at something really simple. The Son's greatness and qualities, his existence from when, so whenever and however the Son came into being, it is obvious that, and from who and from then, whether future, past, present, right? he's saying the Son has come from God. In other words, we don't have a full picture of fully how that metaphysical relationship formed.